team tonight. This is what you play for. This is what you live for as a footballer. Maybe. No. Haynes again.
And now away come the Blues. Williams off to the races. Two bounces. Crowd roaring. Curnow.
Haynes. And he can have a go.
Just dragged it in, but lost his footing. Haynes will pump it back in. Williams adds another.
Zachy, Haynesy, thanks for joining us. Former Giants and now Blues, your first year back together. Zachy, starting with you, how did you find the 2025 season alongside your old mate here?
Yeah, it was really good having Haynesy back. I think you played all 24 games this year, didn't you? So came in, had a full pre-season as well, and I think earned the respect of the boys pretty quickly with the way he goes about it. He was playing back the first half of the season, then decided to come up closer to me up the field, so I think he missed me a little bit. Haynesy and I have played together for a long time now, and a big chunk of that was at the Giants. I think it was like eight or 9 years up there, so being back out there with him and having someone out there that I've played so much football with and have a good connection with, yeah, it was really good.
Haynesy, is that an accurate assessment?
Yeah, love playing footy with Zachy. Whenever I got the ball, I always looked for him because he's such a good ball user, and shown in the second half of the year when he went to the midfield and able to pierce defences and find spaces. So when he's out in the park and be able to play consistent footy and be out there, he shows why he's a great player.
How did you find your first year at the footy club, mate?
Yeah, it's full on. Having 13 years at one club, you definitely get used to a certain way of football and that. But to be honest, I've really enjoyed my football again. I probably couldn't say that in my last few years of the Giants. So to be able to get the love back in the game and to be out in the park, and as Zach said, I did the whole pre-season, and to be able to be out there with the boys and try to build that connection with them, and then translates into games. Despite the not playing finals, yeah, I've enjoyed my year of football.
Zachy, what about you, mate? Obviously, you had the return year last year, and then this year was, big chunk of the pre-season and essentially a full year, sort of about a month there. How did you find 2025 from a personal standpoint?
Yeah, personal standpoint, mentally, I guess it was like everyone, it's pretty mentally fatiguing. And it's obviously a really disappointing year from the team aspect, but I think personally, I've had a couple of full pre-seasons now, ever since I've done my knee, and I think I played 19, 20 games last year as well, and 19 games this year as well, I think. So the consistency of just being out there and making my body get used to contact again and everything like that, having full pre-seasons is making a big difference. But also I miss just being out there, like Haynesy touched on before, just running around with the boys as well. So I've really enjoyed the back end of the year by being switched in so many different roles as well. Just means I had to build my relationships with so many other boys out in the field as well.
Majority of those were up forward, but you did return to the midfield, which we probably haven't seen since 2021, I don't think. What did you make of that challenge?
Yeah, no, it was fine. I think, yeah, when I came back after the Essendon game, after the bye, played forward, and then I'm not too sure, can't really remember what happened. I think Walshy might have been a bit sore or something like that. So, yeah, I got my opportunity up around the midfield, and I think it took 1 or 2 games to sort of find my feet and find out how to play with the boys up around there. But once I found out what role I was playing and everything like that, I settled in pretty quickly, which was nice.
And Haynesy, we haven't really spoken to you about it, but I think people were surprised when got to Optus Stadium in Perth against Fremantle, and then you were lining up on the wing at the first set of downs. What did you make of that challenge?
Yeah, I've played a few games on the wing, so it was nothing different to me, and a bit less backing into packs, so it's a bit nicer on the body. But yeah, I don't mind playing. I joked to Vossi that I was trying to get in the centre bounce hit too, but he shut that down pretty quick. So yeah, I like new challenges football, and I like playing different roles. And I was drafted as a forward, then I got pushed to the back and then wing. So wherever the team needs me, I'm happy to play my role for it.
You obviously spent the majority of the year down back and played alongside Wieders. You mentioned the pre-season, how excited you were to play alongside him. How did your relationship develop on the field throughout 2025?
Yeah, obviously coming to the club, I knew such a great player he was. Easily one of the best key backs in the competition, if not the best. So, but yeah, I'm more impressed by his off-field stuff, his leadership, his will to win. He cares about the team a lot and has a great influence around the players, and he's just a competitive beast. So running out there alongside him definitely makes me play better. And yeah, when I saw him go down a few times this year, I thought, oh no, better not lose Wieders, because yeah, that's how important he is to the team and myself playing well as well. So I've really enjoyed getting to know him, and we've built a great connection on and off the field, and yeah, Carlton are very lucky to have him.
And then at the other end of the spectrum, mate, that back line saw a few new faces throughout the year. Harry O'Farrell, Matt Carroll, Lockie Cowan had a few games at the end of the year. How much did that energise you, seeing those guys come through?
Yeah, it's always great seeing young backmen come in and do a great job. And Matty Carroll, I think he played 16, 17 games this year after obviously getting delisted and then getting the SSP signed. So we had a great pre-season and trained really well and knuckled down to earn his spot. And to be able to see him play so many games this year as pretty much a first-year player, he's only going to get better as well. So, and as you said, Lockie Cowan, I think his improvement steadily grew out through the year, and towards the end of the year playing some really consistent, strong footy, and then to see Billy Wilson probably play his best game for the club in the last round as well. So another pre-season under their belts, so they're only going to improve those type of players, and yeah, really excited what the backline can do next year.
Zach, in the forward group, Ashton Moyer, Will White, Flynn Young, these types, again, been here for a little while now, but kind of seeing those guys break through, how exciting was that? And I guess, enthuse the forward line in those last few weeks.
No, it really does. When you have psychopaths like Will White and Ashton coming to the side, they really they really energise the boys. I think you can see that how much energy they bring with their skill set and what they can do shows up. They're still really young, so doing that on a consistent basis, probably don't expect that from them too much, but the expectation for them when they did come in is just to bring that energy, because it just energises the whole group and the whole club, to be honest. So especially when the boys kick goals and stuff, and I do love a little bit of a celebration, so when they were celebrating, it got me up and about too.
Speaking of that energy and enthusiasm, you have moved to the forward line, but it seems like in what was a difficult year for the club, you still played with that passion for the jumper and that excitement. You have moved to the forward line permanently, but you're still very excited when kicking a goal.
Yeah, well, I think no matter where I am on the ground, even if I was in the back line, I think every time there's a goal kicked, I've got a fist up in the air or trying to celebrate with someone next to me or something. I don't know. I spent so many years playing in the back line that I didn't really get near the goal. So sometimes I feel a bit lost if I kick a goal, or if I'm down the forward line and someone else kicks a goal. I don't really know where to run, to be honest. So, but yeah, like I said, those young boys that have come in the back end of the year, they've when there is a goal kick, they really energise the boys and really energise the crowd, which is awesome.
Haynes, you spoke of the love of the game. Before, have you, I guess, refound that in the last few years when you've been out there consistently?
No, I have. Obviously, it's pretty well documented since being here. I've done my knee and went through some family stuff as well. So there was a period of time there where just wanted to be around my family and stuff. But yeah, over the last couple of years, I've really worked my backside off to get back to where I need to be play consistent footy. And yeah, the more you're out there, the more that you want to be out there, I guess. And yeah, even in a difficult year like this year as a team, from a team standpoint, I've really tried to find silver linings in just being out there and enjoying just playing footy and enjoying being around the boys. So yeah, as much of a disappointing year it has been, yeah, like I said, I've really tried to enjoy the little moments as best I can this year.
Haynes, your love of the game has been well documented, what you've been through in the last few years at the Giants, but how much did you enjoy being out there pulling the Carlton jumper every game of the season? Yeah,
I played a lot of VFL football last year back into the season. I think I played about 9 in a row, so just grateful to be being able to play on the MCG, play up the stadium, play in front of crowds and playing the big time again. So a lot of gratitude just to be able to run out in the park and still be able to play this game of AFL. So as soon as I came to the Carlton, I took nothing for granted, and I think that's one of the reasons why I've kind of enjoyed the love of the game again, because it can be taken away from you pretty quickly. So every game that I'm out there and every week, regardless win, loss or draw, grateful that I can still call myself an AFL footballer and try to contribute to the club. So that's one thing I can take out of this year.
Speaking of those big games at the MCG, did you relish the chance to play, Richmond in round 1, Collingwood twice, Essendon twice at the home footy?
Again, I think just having that perspective of gratitude, I think that's what really, I had a poor round 1 and just, get back to work. I knew what I could do as a footballer, so I think I played probably a handful of Friday night games or Saturday night games even at the Giants. So to be able to play prime time is a real privilege, and to be able to have massive crowds is a privilege too. So that's one thing I didn't take for granted as well, and I'm really soaked it in this year and really enjoyed the support from all football fans.
And Zachy, just to finish off, you were a Carlton fan growing up, mate, so you've been kind of around that. Again, difficult year, but they kind of fronted up every week and brought that energy out in the ground every single week as well.
Like the whole football club as a whole has had a tough year, and You know, the Carlton fans have really gone through it with us this year, but even to see cheer squad members, you know, little kids running around still last week in the last game of the year at the MCG, it's really just goes to show how committed they are, and you know, we ride the bumps, ups and downs all together. So yeah, hopefully going forward we can have a bit more of a successful year next year, and hopefully we can yeah, bring them along next year as well, which would be awesome.